Elizabeth.
Hi, Olivia.
So excited to be doing this with you today.
I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you. And thank you for the lemon cake. It was so good.
Oh, nice.
By the way. It was so moist. I loved it. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Did
It's
you
got
have
sour cream in it, by the way.
Ooh.
Make it moist.
Does that usually happen?
I don't know, I just made that up. Sounded good.
Oh, okay, cool. How was your, we already talked about your commute this morning, but how was the traffic this morning coming in?
It was actually pretty good. I left the house perfect timing, so I was just right in the cusp of the traffic, so.
Awesome. And you listen to podcasts on your way to work every once in a while? Do you have a favorite podcast?
Well, I like Obama. But
oh, great.
Yeah, so
Love that.
that was the last one I was, listening to.
Okay. So, to the meat of this conversation, you were celebrated by Beyond Magazine and as one of the 10 HR leaders to watch out for in 2023. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Amazing. So thank you for letting us interview you. How does it feel to be highlighted in this magazine?
What's interesting is I've worked in HR almost all my life, and to be recognized at the pinnacle of your career, I think you can dine on that for a while.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And you just began your role just over a year ago, and you've really dug in since you started. You worked at United Way for some time, left, and then came back. What brought you back to United Way?
I think it's our mission, it's what we do, and I like the idea that I can somehow be a part of the greater good. All the things that we're doing for the community, and even though I'm not providing direct services, I'm providing services internally so that the people who are doing the direct services can do them effectively, and I just love doing my work here at United Way.
I love to hear that. We love to hear that. You said you've been working in HR almost your whole life. How did you get interested in that at first? I
had a formal education in commercial and residential interior design, and I was doing that work for a while, but then I was going to school and working at the same time. And what I found was that when I started working in the corporate environment and public sector and other sector environments, I'm learning that I really enjoy working with people more directly in terms of solving issues, conflict resolution, and things of that nature. So I'm a highly creative individual, and I like to problem solve, and I love details. And so those skills that I used when I was in school I'm actually using at work a lot.
You just hit one of my future questions. I was going to ask how that all overlaps, but it totally makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Conflict resolution, being creative, it's all part of both of those jobs.
Yes, and working with people, and also just being a critical thinker. Because when you are doing design work and stuff like that, it's all about function and trying to determine the best solution for a specific project that you're working on. And so you're using all those skills to come up with a solution. And I transfer those skills over to the work that I'm doing.
Seamlessly,
all the time.
So I'm curious how the profession has changed since you entered it.
Oh, sure. For a long time, decades ago, HR was actually seen as more of a record keeper, more administrative, that's why they name it personnel, for example. And so now it's transitioning more into HR is becoming more instrumental in helping organizations change the culture.
Yeah.
More transformational leaders and things of that nature. That's what's happening with HR now. They are used more in those areas.
And would you say that's what keeps you there and makes you excited to be in the HR role today?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not, I like solving issues. I like looking at progress, like the now and the future. How we can evolve as an organization and as people, and I'm really open to all of those things.
It makes me excited to talk to you about United Way's future because I can see the vision when you talk about it, and it makes me very excited to work here. What is something that you would?
Cake.
It's the lemon cake and all of this. But what is something that you would tell someone that might be interested in entering human resources as a profession?
Keep an open mind, stay flexible, learn as much as you can. Learn all the different functional areas in HR so that you can make informed decisions, and you can be an influencer in the field. Instead of just reacting to situations, you're able to be more proactive in helping organizations move things forward.
That's
So
great
just stay
advice.
open,
Stay open.
adapt, be flexible.
The pandemic
And
has taught us
listen.
so much.
Yeah, and listen really well to the people that work in the organization, so you can then assist in ways that maybe you don't even know that you're assisting, but you have a lot of influence, in my mind, if you're an HR professional.
That's great advice. So a quote in the article I really liked was something that just kind of explained what HR was it's that HR professionals are consistently doing a great job at people management daily. And I'm curious as to what you think might be one of the keys to managing people that you see.
I hate the word managing people, because it's like, okay, first of all, I think it's important that you understand that everyone is different, that everyone bring something unique to the table, and it's not a cookie cutter approach, so you have to kind of understand people, number one, the diversity that they bring to the table, the uniqueness that people bring to the table. All of that needs to be taken into consideration when you're thinking about working with people. Or again, I don't like to use the word managing people per se, but rather I look at more, how do we improve behavior in the way we interact with each other, and so that we can be more productive employees in the organization.
Yeah, my follow-up question was, what is the key to developing people? And I feel like that is just you speaking to that so much more so than managing people. You're looking to develop people as well as employees, but the human as a whole, which is
absolutely
crucial. The article also says that HR professionals are leading some of the most important conversations in their workplaces and their culture, at their respective workplaces and towards the culture. What is a conversation that you're excited about having right now at United Way?
I think the phrase change management is overused. I believe we're in transformation right now. We're evolving as an organization, and we're looking at different things that we can do things differently so that we can progress and move forward. I would say that the conversations we're having right now is all about transformation, culture change, just evolution.
Yeah, especially coming out of the pandemic, the heart of the pandemic. It's been such a process. So appreciate you saying that. So one last thing I wanted to cover is you talk about work-life balance and that it's definitely an equilibrium. I'm wondering what you do to find your equilibrium outside of work.
Well, besides
baking lemon cake.
Besides eating healthy and physical exercises and stuff like that, I think it's really important that you find your center. What is your core, your values, what you believe in? I think it's important that that's a place that you go to when you get to a point when things may seem chaotic, that you have a core center that you focus on, your beliefs, your own values, so that you're not deterred from doing other things that are maybe out of your control.
Yeah, absolutely. And getting out of your comfort zone, definitely.
Yeah.
My last question is, what is someone or something that inspires you right now?
I would say that there are so many people that inspires me, even just people that you meet on the streets and stuff like that. But there is one poet that I really, really admire, Maya Angelou. If I'm sure you know of her. There was one thing that it always stays in my mind, and part of my responsibility is ensuring that people feel good about coming to work here, their experience. And she said something about that, I can't remember the quote, but it's something to the effect of, often you won't remember what people say, something to that effect, but you would remember how they made you feel. And that resonates well with me a lot, because sometimes we're too busy talking, saying all these things, arguing and things like that. But at the end of the day, how did you make that person feel? Or how do we make each other feel at the end of those conversations? Do you feel good about it? Do you not feel good about it? How do you feel when you come into the office or when you come into this environment? Do you feel good about being here?
Yeah.
Do you feel good interacting with Olivia or Joe? So employee experience to me is really the center of everything that we do here. How people feel about being here.
That's super inspiring. Well, thank you for sharing. I haven't read my Angela book in a minute, so it just tells me I need to get back into more reading of her works because she's an incredible author.
Right.
That's all the questions I have.
Thank you, Olivia.
Is there anything else you want to add before we sign off?
No, this has been fun. You did awesome.
You did awesome.
You did better than I did. I should be interviewing you.
Thank you.